violent. But I mean, a lot of people don't. 34 days that Trump was campaigning, that they received over 1,000 extra complaints just from people like saying something to somebody else or writing letters. So I think they were just saying just that political view of everything, impacts,
right.
how people think, and a political figure can make a big difference.
Exactly.
But yeah, I can send you. It's an interesting.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting read.
I saw it on the Washington Post. I'm like,
very credible. Very credible.
I think we are good to go. So, we were just talking about these anti-Muslim groups. We saw an increase from, I believe it was 34 to 101. When you hear that, what do you personally think?
Well, first, before I start, I want to thank you, WCTV, and yourself, Aaron. You've been a great supporter, and thank you for giving voice to the voiceless. And this is how we feel a lot of times when it comes to this issue. Second, I have to say that Tallahassee is a very unique environment. We have, the universities and the students and the professors. It makes an ambience of tranquility because we're dealing with a lot of intellectuals, especially here within Tallahassee area. But to tell you the truth, Islamophobia is real. Islamophobia exists, and it's as much as I see Islamophobia going and rising, going up every day, as much as I see support from the community. And that would be a good opportunity to say thank you to the community that actually wrote to us, walked into our mosque and said, we support you. We don't want you to be afraid. We're here for you. If there is anything, if you want to go to the grocery store, here is my number. I can help your wife shopping. We can go with you. And that sentiment uplifted the morale within the community and made us feel that America has not changed by electing certain individuals. Now, for those who actually perpetrate Islamophobia, a lot of them are doing it for career gain. They do it. It's a profession for the most part, whether they're politicians and some media pundits. At the end of the day, as a Muslim, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt because they do not know a Muslim. Anybody who actually come on TV or have an act of aggression against his fellow American who happen to be a Muslim, absolutely wrong. But also, I want to tell that person, know your neighbor, come to our masjid, come to our mosque, and talk to one of us. There is an abundant of information out there that would maybe change your mind. Know someone that would actually maybe change your mind. And I'd like to actually quote Martin Luther King when he says, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So we have to be, as American, we have to be cognizant of the threats to our society, not to Muslims, I mean to Latino, to women, to LGBTQ, to every single American in our society, because at the end of the day we have to live together. We have to walk amongst each other. Unemployment does not pick between a Muslim or a non-Muslim. Cancer does not pick or choose between a Muslim or a non-Muslim. Calamities does not really discriminate. We breathe the same air, and we must live together in peace and harmony.
And you're talking about, you see these anti-groups, but then you see people, showing their support. We saw it at the Capitol. We've seen marches and stuff. I mean, when you see all those people,
equilibrium.
I mean, what do you think?
It's certainly that's the majority, and I would like to think that the majority of people, I mean, the goodness in people is the nature, and this is the default. I don't see the evil actually coming out, except when people are misled by misinformation. and it's amazing the amount of fake news and amazing amount of misinformation out there. There are people that actually quote things that they're telling me it's part of the Quran, that I say, well, we have the Quran, it's been around for 1400 years. Why don't you, here you go, it's in English, why don't you pick that verse and let's talk about it? And clearly they cannot, because it doesn't exist. You know, kill the infidels. What is that? I mean, it's certainly not in the Quran, and will never be. You will never find 1.6 billion people would have the integrity to be in to believe in a religion that would perpetrate or motivate killing or violence or otherwise.
And I know that you say with Tallahassee, there's a lot of intelligent people here. Maybe they have somebody who doesn't live here and might not understand. How can we as a community help combat these anti-Muslim groups, these anti-groups in general?
You're doing it, Erin, right now, right here. You are doing it, and this is having a voice and actually airing this on TV. It will show that you are the active agent in this. You as Erin, and you as an agent of WCTV are showing the real face of Muslims.